Guys, tap the screen, share the live. Go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports, there we go. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. Get in the box. We're getting ready to get some debates going here. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Also, send your daily heart me, guys. It's only one coin. It'll help push us out to the FYP. I have the daily gift goal, which right now is the little pink heart puffs. If we can knock those out a couple of times as well, that'll help push us out to the FYP. I'm going to keep resetting those little gift goals so we can get more people in here for some debates. Again, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. We're going to go ahead and crank it up right now.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats who get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if you dare. You dare. Get hard like a punch in the air. Punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You dare. Get hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah.
Hey.
This ain't a safe place.
It is not.
This a flame space. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Hey. Guys, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. Only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. And MAGA, Trump supporter, guess what? Not only am I looking for debates, but I'm looking for common ground. And I would think that we could all appreciate common ground, right? Like we could all appreciate the fact that we all agree. MAGA, I know you guys agree. You have to absolutely agree with this. It's time for Donald Trump to go. It's time for Donald Trump to go. You said Letitia James, whatever, Jamie, get in the box. How about that? Yeah, like, who cares about Letitia James? Is Letitia James the president of the United States? What are we even talking about? I think it's T-Star.
Yes.
Are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming up, friend. I appreciate you. I'm only looking for debates. Guys, please only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for debates. This dude loves playing the victim. Cool, Craig. Hey, bud, no one cares about what you have to say in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. You can go ahead and get in the box, right? Use your big boy voice. Use your big boy voice. It's okay. Come on. Use your big boy voice. Mama33, are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
Okay, wonderful. Mama33, can I call you Mama? Is that okay?
Sure. That's fine.
I don't want to be weird about it, or is there something else I could call you?
No, No, you're fine. You can call me that.
Okay.
I
Perfect.
got like
Perfect. Quick
5
question.
kids, dude.
Oh, all right. So you're an actual mama.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay. Quick question for you. Do you know who I
Hmm.
am?
I do not.
Okay. Perfectly fair. Would you mind if I
Yeah,
give you a quick introduction to not only who I am, but what this is?
sure.
Perfect. Thank you. 1 second.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hmm.
welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. Guys, please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're not talking to friendlies. That's late nights. Late nights will be back on Monday. But if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're a friendly, tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little small gift goals. Right now, it's the chili peppers. If we can knock those out, again, it'll help push us out to the FYP. Mama, thank you for coming up.
Hmm.
I think you and
No
I can
problem.
find common ground. Like,
We
I'm
can.
hoping we can.
I'm sure we can.
Awesome, awesome. So we both can
I
agree that it's
really,
time to
I
use the
agree.
25th, right?
Do it now. I'm sorry.
I said I think we can both agree that it's time to use the 25th, right?
Yep.
Yes. So you think that Donald Trump needs to get out of office as well?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. No, I don't think Trump
Oh,
needs to be
okay.
out of office. No way. No way. No way.
Do you know what the 25th Amendment is?
Oh, school me, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. So the 25th Amendment is the amendment that gives the ability to the vice president. The vice president has to seek a majority of the president's cabinet, and they have to actually have a reason to find him unfit to continue to stay in office. And it allows them to remove
Oh,
the president as acting as president. It doesn't actually get rid of like all of the other politicians in the cabinet and all this stuff. So I'm not saying that
wait.
even though I'm someone that votes on the left and I would like to see the left control Congress, I'm not saying that everybody
Hmm.
else needs to go. But I'm saying,
Hmm.
Donald Trump specifically needs to go.
Um, I definitely disagree with that. Unfortunately, like
Well,
we haven't
let me tell you why
had
I say
much.
that. Would you mind if I give you my reasons? Because I'm not just saying that just
No, go
because.
ahead.
Because I
No, go
think the
ahead.
25th is a really
No,
big deal.
I'm open to dialogue, bro. I'm open to
Yeah,
dialogue. You're
absolutely.
fine.
So, and I have them
Hmm.
here on the background, right? I think that the government shutdown is Donald Trump's own. Those are his words, not my words. But in the fact is, like the
Hmm.
government not actually being active and working right now. The president, by Donald Trump's own term, owns that. We can talk about the fact that ICE is literally out of control. They're targeting Americans. I'm not even talking about undocumented immigrants, but they're targeting Americans now. We can talk about the job numbers, which are in the toilet. We can talk about the fact that we're in a constitutional crisis. He's attacking the Constitution in multiple ways. But the biggest thing that I'm saying, the reason why I think that, the 25th is needed is because we can talk about Donald Trump and his physical decline, right? We can talk about his age. He's the oldest president to be sworn into office for a term of
Yeah,
presidency.
yes.
Physically, like he has a documented health issue with the constriction of his veins. So that's why he has a bruising on his hands and a swelling on his ankles, and that's why he had another appointment at Walter Reed today. They tried to say it was his annual appointment, but he's already had that on April the 11th. So you don't get an annual appointment twice a year. But then, last but not least, we have to talk about the cognitive decline. And when he started saying things like, he wrote Osama bin Laden or wrote a letter about Osama bin Laden a year ago warning people about Osama bin Laden, where 9/11, and then he said a year after that 9/11 happened, and then he talked about a book that he doesn't remember. Like that, those are red flags for me. And so that's why I'm saying Donald Trump, like it's time for him to go.
No. Okay, so let me rebuttal that. Number one, okay, he did not. So let me let your face back in. He did not.
He did
I'm
not
sorry.
what?
I'm so sorry. Okay, he didn't have the cognitive. Like,
I think your
okay,
signal is
listen for
going
a
in and
second,
out.
bro. Right,
All
Joe
right,
Biden.
now I can hear
No,
you.
okay, I'm
It was
sorry.
going in and out, but I can hear you
Joe,
now.
Joe, okay, Joe Biden. Number one.
But what about Biden?
Unfortunately, and I'm not even like trying to talk shit. Like, unfortunately, that guy did not have the cognitive. He couldn't even talk straight. Okay, so he did not have the cognitive.
Well, Mama, I'm gonna
Oh
say
my
this,
God,
right? If we're gonna grant, I'll grant you Joe Biden, right? I don't normally do that,
okay.
but I'll grant you Joe Biden. If I grant you Joe Biden, can you tell me that right now Donald Trump is not exhibiting the same level of cognitive decline that Joe
No,
Biden exhibited?
no, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so why
100%
would
not at
Donald
all.
Trump say that he wrote a letter about Osama bin Laden a year ago? Thank you for the cake.
I'm not going to comment on that because I don't know what you're talking about.
No, sure, I'll play the video for you. Would you
Okay,
like to hear
go
this
ahead.
now?
Yeah, I definitely will. I am
Okay.
open to it.
Sure. Give me a half second here. I
Okay,
think I have
you're
it on
fine.
this phone as well.
You're fine.
So he was giving a speech to different cadets,
Mm-hmm.
and while giving said speech, he talked about not only what he did when it came to warning people about Osama bin Laden. He talked about
Mm-hmm.
Pete Hegseth and everything else.
Politically correct anymore. And history will never forget that it was the SEALs who stormed the compound at Osama bin Laden and put a bullet in his head. Remember that? And please remember, I wrote about Osama bin Laden exactly 1 year ago, 1 year before.
Oh, for some reason it's spinning.
Oh,
The World
yeah, I
Trade
went
Center.
out.
And I said, you got to watch Osama bin Laden. And the fake news would never let me get away with that statement unless it was true. But I said 1 year before to Pete Hegseth, I said 1 year before, where's Pete? In the book, I wrote, whatever the hell the title, I can't tell you. But I can tell you there's a page in there devoted to the fact that I saw somebody named Osama bin Laden, and I didn't like it, and you got to take care of him. They didn't do it. A year later, he blew up the World Trade Center, so got to take a little credit because nobody else is going to give it to me. You know, they all.
So, yeah, Donald Trump was talking about him, warning people about Osama bin Laden a year ago. And then he actually said that this was prior to Osama bin Laden taking out or hitting the World Trade Center. We know 9/11. So, like,
I mean, to be honest with you, like I honestly don't get it. I really don't.
I can barely hear you, Mama.
Sorry. I said I can barely get it. I really don't.
Hey, Mama, just to verify, are you inebriated?
Hmm?
Are you inebriated?
No. What the fuck?
I was just concerned. I didn't want to keep this going if you had a couple. Mama, are you still there? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. I appreciate you coming up. Not sure what's happening. So there's that. Guys, welcome in Dan Raid. Tap the screen, share the live. I'm gonna keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little 1-cent gift goals to help push us out to the FYP. If you're friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen. Also, if you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the tube, what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? If you're over on the YouTube and you like to support the live, you can do so with a super chat, and I will read that out. Again, only requests up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Cameron, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, wonderful. Cameron, I think we can find common ground, right?
By the end of this discussion, I'll have you voting for Trump, brother.
Well, technically, if I was to vote for Trump, then Trump would be violating the Constitution because, again, he's already, ran twice. So, like, it's illegal. But, yeah, we can get into it. I'm sorry, really quick, before you and I start speaking, W's in the chat for Feisty. Feisty sent out 5 memberships over on the tube. W's in the chat for Feisty. I appreciate you so much. Also, W's in the chat for FAT Star, who just became a member over on YouTube. W's in the chat for you guys. Make sure you get in the Discord. I appreciate you so much. All right, Cameron, I think that we can agree that it's time to use the 25th, right?
Is that to get him out?
Yes, specifically Donald Trump. I'm not advocating indirectly, I am advocating for all, left-leaning policies because I think that's more, it's better and beneficial for everyday Americans. But specifically right now, I'm only talking about Donald Trump. I think that he is no longer fit to be commander-in-chief and lead the United States of America. And I think that we can all agree that it's time to use the 25th.
Would you have thought that with Biden? Because there's no way you think that with him, but not with Biden, right?
I would have thought that for Biden if he would have had a second term. Yes, I was not an advocate for Joseph Robinette Biden in his second term. I wouldn't even say that to Donald Trump in his first term. I think that while both Donald Trump and Joe Biden were old and were losing a step going into office during their first term, I don't think that either one of them were fit to be president for a second term due to the actual time frame.
So you don't think Biden he should have received the 25th during his previous term?
No.
Not at all.
But again, if he would have been in office right now, then there's a good chance.
Yeah, I just thought that he was very senile. Thought he was
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but again, so do you hold that same premise for Donald Trump? Because like we can talk about, Biden, but he's not in office. We have to deal with what's in front of us right now. So do you hold that same energy for Trump? Because if you're granting Joseph Robinette Biden's cognitive decline, then you have to do the same for Trump, right?
No, I don't think Trump's health is declining nearly as much as we saw in portrayal whenever Biden was in office.
Well, we can talk about his physical health, which we know for a fact is massively declining, but also his cognitive health is declining as well in multiple ways as being exhibited. Can we at least agree on the physical aspect?
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
I mean, he's 80. I mean, he's not going to be like 30 years old.
Well, not only that, but he has an open diagnosed, I don't want to call it a disease, but condition where he has constrictions of his veins. So his blood isn't pumping throughout his body at a sufficient level. That's why his hands are bruising so easily. His ankles are swelling. That's why he keeps having to take so many of his like press conferences and stuff sitting down behind the desk. So like physically, I think we can agree on that. But cognitively, like Donald Trump has always been a bit of an odd duck, right? In the sense that how he talked about hurricanes and batteries and sharks and windmills and whales and Arnold Palmer's junk. But now Donald Trump is rattling off like incoherent thoughts, even more so. And he is not only doing so, he has massive effects as far as his ability to govern, and you can see how he continues to portray like the radical left and say, oh, they're rioting and all this other stuff. And he's giving carte blanche to like ICE to attack American citizens.
Yeah, I don't think that his mental health is really declining, to be honest.
Okay, can you give me a specific? Can you rebut what I just played as far as what he said about Osama bin Laden? How about that? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Tell me why he said he wrote a letter about Osama bin Laden a year ago.
Oh, I don't know what he did, but just from what I've seen, I don't think that he's lost his mental capability at all.
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna play this for you, and I want you. And I'm assuming, did you hear the sound just now when I played it, or have you heard this before?
I don't think anyone heard the sound.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna play this for you, and I want you to respond to it for me, please.
Politically correct anymore. And history will never forget that it was the SEALs who stormed the compound at Osama bin Laden and put a bullet in his head. Remember that? And please remember, I wrote about Osama bin Laden exactly 1 year ago, 1 year before he blew up the World Trade Center. And I said, you got to watch Osama bin Laden. And the fake news would never let me get away with that statement unless it was true. But I said 1 year before to Pete Hegseth, I said 1 year before, where's Pete? In the book, I wrote, whatever the hell the title, I can't tell you. But I can tell you there's a page in there devoted to the fact that I saw somebody named Osama bin Laden, and I didn't like it, and you got to take care of him. They didn't do it. A year later, he blew up the World Trade Center, so got to take a little credit because nobody else is going to give it to me. You know the old story? They don't give you credit, just think it.
Okay, so he said that he wrote a letter a year ago warning people about Osama bin Laden, and he told Pete Hegseth about it, and then a year later he blew up the World Trade Center. 9/11 happened, what, like 30 years ago?
Oh,
Something like
24.
that?
It's
But
2025. So 24 years
2025?
ago.
Yeah.
24 years ago.
no,
Yeah,
I interpreted that as him talking about back in 2000. He must have talked to Pete Hegseth back in the year 2000.
He said
and
that he wrote a letter a year ago.
Yeah, he wrote a letter a year ago about that back in 2000. That's how I interpreted it.
No, that's not what he said that. No, do I need to play it again? That's not what he said. He said he wrote a letter a year ago. Holy shit. Thank you for the pumpkin patch. That was dope.
Yeah,
He said that he wrote the letter a year ago to warn people about Osama bin Laden.
No, the way I interpreted it was he wrote a letter a year ago. I don't know, with his book or whatever he's talking about, but he's talking about a conversation back in 2000 that he was having about Osama bin Laden. Like maybe he predicted something about Osama bin Laden. I don't know.
Correct anymore. And history will never forget that it was the SEALs who stormed the compound at Osama bin Laden and put a bullet in his head. Remember that? And please remember, I wrote about Osama bin Laden exactly 1 year ago, 1 year before he blew up the World Trade Center. And I said,
He said, I wrote about him. I wrote about him
He
1
wrote it-
year ago.
Yeah,
Hold on.
about
1 year ago.
before.
Yeah, 1 year ago, about a year before he blew up the Trade Center.
Yeah, so last year, 2024, he wrote about, I guess, the year 2000. That's how I interpreted that.
Ooh, the pretzels.
It is. It's the mental gymnastics.
Hi again, Cameron. How are you?
Have you guys already spoke?
Who, me?
Cameron.
No, she kicked me off last live.
I sure did.
Were you insufferable?
No, we didn't even talk.
He said he wanted to debate and that we were scared of him. And then we said, what do you want to talk about? And he said, what do you want to talk about? And I kicked him. Anywho, I don't have those powers here, Cameron. So I
loves
guess
me,
we're going
though.
to be having a conversation. Hey, Cameron, are you familiar with Mocha? The MOCA?
Mocha?
Mhm.
I like mochas, yeah.
No, are you familiar with that test, love?
You talking about like a Starbucks mocha?
Now, it's the cognitive test that presidents typically take, the one that they take. Are you familiar with it?
It must be a new thing because I know Biden didn't take it.
Biden did take it, and Biden did actually pretty well on those. But one thing that Biden never said was that, the test gets pretty hard. He never said that. Donald Trump said that, though, in April of this year. Donald Trump said that. He said that the test gets pretty hard, especially with the memory questions. He said that. And so then a neurologist at Johns Hopkins, she said that the MOCA is not a test of intelligence. All right. It's intended to screen for very subtle indicators of cognitive decline. If you are cognitively normal, it will be very easy. So if Donald Trump says that the test is hard, all right, especially like the memory questions, and it can get pretty difficult, right? What do you think that says about his cognitive ability?
Yeah, I mean, that could just be him being humble. Like, I don't
Donald
see
Trump
that
ever
as,
been humble. Stop
I mean,
it now.
why-
I'm
why
not even
would
going to
you-
give you that one. Stop that, Cameron.
No,
Come
sometimes
on
he's
now,
humble.
That's not even
Sometimes he's
impressive.
humble. Sometimes
No.
he's nice to people. He tries to like deprecate himself. I
I'll-
know
you know
he's
what?
I know he's
I'll grant
cocky.
you nice. I'll grant you nice. I'm not going to say
Never
he's never
humble.
been nice, but humble? Come on now.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, I mean,
thank
he's
you, Travi.
notoriously, like cocky and stuff like that. That's kind of what makes him an alluring figure.
Insufferable?
But
Oh.
I still think that he does like humble himself a little bit. Very rarely, but he does.
The man said that he's never had to repent because he's never did anything worth repenting. He's saying that he's never sinned. He's also called himself the chosen one, referring to the Messiah. Donald
I
Trump
don't know
thinks
about
that he's
that.
perfect. Like he literally said that.
I don't know if he's referring to himself as like the Messiah.
He was talking about
He
Jesus,
is.
and then he said that he was the chosen one.
I mean, this is all you guys' interpretation. I
No.
don't really
That's
know
what
to make
Donald
of
Trump
this.
said. Like, wait, the difference is like we are reacting to Donald Trump's words. You're interpreting his words. Like I'm reacting to what he said in this video, and you're telling me what you think that he said. I'm telling you what he actually said.
Yeah, I still, I don't know what to tell you.
Thank you for the cake. 1 second. W's in the chat for Andrew. Andrew, thank you so much for the $5 donation. And no peace prize, but a consolation. I have a nice dunce cap for you, Donnie boy. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the $5. W's in the chat for Ashley. Ashley sent $1 for the What About Biden jar. Listen, if I had a What About Biden jar, I would be in the business. Also, W's in the chat for Betty for the 5 Canadian said, caller be like, well, when Trump started eating his own saying IPP poo poo, man, he was actually playing 5D chess. That's exactly what they do. They take everything that he says and like flip it all around. Also, W's in the chat for MAGA Tears, who just became a member over on the tube. W's in the chat for everybody. Guys, if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat. Also, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. And while Erica's hanging out here, guys, make sure we take care of Erica. Make sure we take care of Erica while she's here. Connor, I need you to bottom line this for me. Donald Trump, you said what? You said what?
His name is Cameron. His name is Cameron.
Cameron. What did I say?
Connor.
I don't know why I just said Connor. Why did I say Connor?
It's kind of racist.
Boy,
It is.
bye.
Yeah, it is. I have been saying Cameron the whole time. That's weird. I apologize. Anyway,
Can I play a
Cameron.
video?
Say that again.
Can I play the Chosen One video? Since he says that we're misinterpreting it wrong.
Oh yeah, go ahead. For sure.
We are winning against
Hold
China.
on.
They've lost 2.5 million jobs in a very short period of time. They want to make a deal. It's got to be a deal that's good for the United States. When they want to make a deal, probably we will make a deal. But if I didn't do that, and I'm not doing it, somebody said it's Trump's trade war. This isn't my trade war. This is a trade war that should have taken place a long time ago by a lot of other presidents. Over the last 5 or 6 years, China's made $500 billion. $500 billion. Ripped it out of the United States. And not only that, if you take a look, intellectual property theft, add that to it, and add a lot of other things to it. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning.
And I think the context is missing from this, as well as the video. In the actual video, when he says that he looks up to the sky, he raises his hand, and he says,
There's another
"I am
one?
the chosen one."
So he said it more than once?
You wait, you didn't see that video?
I wasn't looking. Why is it still playing? He looked up. Okay, in this, I thought you were talking about another one, because in this one he like looks up and he goes, "I am the chosen one," and then he says, "I am the chosen one to take on China," is what he says.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm talking
I don't
about
see
when he
anything wrong
looks
with
up to
that.
the sky and he raises his hands.
Can you
He's
want me to
outside
send you the
talking about-
video so Cameron can see it?
No, that's fine. I'd rather us keep it moving.
Okay.
But like
Yeah.
that was from his first term, in which, again, my premise for this conversation isn't about his first term. My premise for this conversation is about this current term, and I would love to bring it back, Connor, to why Donald Trump today.
You keep saying racist things, man.
Yeah, okay, you can try to obfuscate all you want to.
No,
Anyway, Cameron.
you keep calling.
Sure,
Yeah,
Cameron. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Listen, either we're going to engage
it's
in the debate
racist
and
to
we're
call
going
me
to talk.
names like Connor or Dylan.
Okay,
You know, just
listen,
get it right,
seriously.
man.
No. Stop. I'm not going to play this game. Either we're going to engage in the actual conversation in the debate that's at hand, or you can go. I'm not here to play silly games.
Oh, I'm not either.
Okay. So would you like to engage in the point that I just made?
Yeah, I think these are all just speculation. I don't think that they really have any backing to them. And if you want, we can look at Biden, and I think that his were a lot
keep
worse.
trying
But
to
you
pivot
didn't.
to Biden, but Biden
Well,
is not in
because-
office today. And again,
because you agreed.
I've literally already said I will grant you Biden if that's what you want. But if you're saying that if Biden is the actual litmus test, then Donald Trump fails said litmus test, because he is at the very least as bad as Biden was at the end of his term right now. So let's focus on the person that's in office today.
Well, sure. Well, sure, but that's why I'm making that correlation, because if you want to say that Trump is bad in his term, then we should invoke the 25th, but you don't think that we should have done it for Biden's previous term. I just don't see how you could want it for Trump but not Biden, because Biden's were a lot worse. I mean, he couldn't even get off stage.
I cannot want it for Biden because Biden is not in office. Again,
Yeah, but
Trump
I'm saying
supporters,
his
you guys,
previous term.
listen, you guys keep doing this weird thing where it's what about Biden? What about Biden? Super fans, I fixed the stickers. We have the what about Biden stickers back. Can we drop the what about Biden stickers in the chat, please? The thing is, you keep trying to pivot. No, Connor. I'm sorry, Cameron. You keep trying to pivot, and you keep trying to go and talk about Joe Biden. He's not in office. I want to talk about the current president of the United States of America, Donald Jimothy Trump, because Donald Jimothy Trump is the person that I'm worried about today. I wasn't calling for the 25th Amendment 2 weeks ago. I'm calling for the 25th Amendment now. So you can't even talk. I'm not even talking about when Donald Trump first got into office. I wasn't calling for the 25th Amendment in March, in April, in May. I'm talking about now. You keep trying to go back, but I'm talking about now. Let's lock in, bud, and talk about now.
Okay, well, every point that you made, I don't think really has any merit to it. I mean, the fact that he sits down, I'm pretty sure Franklin D. Roosevelt was in a wheelchair for his whole thing. I don't really think that that's a valid point. The fact that he says he's the chosen one to beat China, I have no idea how you correlate that to him being the Antichrist or being the Messiah. I think that it's taken all out of proportion to fit your narrative.
Okay, that's cool. Couple of things. One, you've already granted his physical health. And again,
yeah, but
we bypassed the physical health. I'm not even using the premise of the 25th on the basis of his physical health. We're talking about his cognitive health, and I'm talking about the actual things that he's saying and doing now, right? And you want to go back to, yes, Erica made a point about him with China and him saying that he was the chosen one. Like, again, you're trying to go back. I need you to lock in. Donald Trump is actively harming the United States of America today because of he's not capable of being the president. So he's putting people around him like RFK Jr., who's saying things like circumcisions cause autism. Or he's putting people like Kash Patel in place.
Well, I don't think
there's
that's what he said.
110. There's 110,000 gang members in Chicago when there's only 2.5 million people. So that would mean 5% of Chicago is gang members. You have people like Pam Bondi, who is literally saying that they were going to go after people for quote unquote hate speech, which is violating the First Amendment right. Donald Trump is unable to be president of the United States, and he's put a clown car of buffoons around him, and they're driving our country into the ground.
Yeah, no, the whole RFK thing, I think you're not putting that in an honest light, because he was talking about kids that get little babies that get circumcised. I guess they give them Tylenol for the pain reduction, and by that, from the Tylenol that they're given from the circumcision, they've seen an increase in autism.
That's not true. Literally,
that's what
literally,
meant,
RFK. Yeah, well, yeah. Again, you're interpreting. That's cool, but even more so,
Well, then play the clip.
RFK Jr. admitted that they don't have any proof of this. He said we're literally making up the proof. He said that. He said we're making up the proof. He made a statement. He said it's my hypothesis. We don't have any proof. We're making up the proof. That's what he said.
Okay, but I mean, he's just looking. It obviously doesn't mean causation, but he is looking at a correlation that these kids that are taking Tylenol, from them getting, I guess they have, two groups, one that gets circumcised, one that doesn't. I guess the ones that get circumcised get the Tylenol, and everything else is the same. Every other variable is the same, and they're seeing an influx in autism from these kids. I mean,
that's literally not true. No. There's multiple studies that actually.
I just said it doesn't mean causation, dude.
Sure.
I'm telling you, I guess that's how they came to this conclusion.
Yeah, but he's not a fucking doctor. He doesn't know anything. W's in the chat for Alaskan Furry, who sent a $5 donation saying, thankful for an adult beverage to be here and not stressing over my mental gymnastics, not stressing over the mental gymnastics this funny people come up with. At what point do they say, Donald, go F a duck, Trump is a POS? I'm trying to find I was trying to find the line last week. Now I'm just trying to find common ground because I don't think there's any. W's in the chat for Ashley, who sent another $1 for the Biden jar. Ashley, you're going to be sending dollars all night. I promise you. Also, W's in the chat for Travis, who sent a $20 donation saying, Native American male with 8 sisters here. Keep spreading the good word of Keep spreading the word of intelligent, informative, and political issues. We're all brothers and sisters against the rich at the end of the day. Like literally, absolutely. W's in the chat for the donors. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. There's 1.1 thousand of us hanging out here, guys. Make sure you hit the follow button. If you see follow up at the top, make sure you hit that follow button. Give me a follow, turn on notifications. Also, take care of Erica. Erica's hanging out here with us. Her pay links are running in the poll in the bio. Make sure you gift her and show some love.
And Cameron.
Well, I got something else for you in a second. E, you had something?
No, because correlation does not equal causation. No, I was saying hi.
I thought you were okay. Yeah. Really quick. I know why I kept calling you Connor.
Why?
Because you changed your name from Connor.
No, I didn't. What are
you were literally about? Connor's on Parker's Live. You were literally Connor on Parker's Live. I haven't been on
Parker's Live today.
Not today, bud. When did you change your name from Connor to Cameron?
I've never had an account named Connor.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Also, do you owe Hector $500?
I have no idea what that even means, but it's funny how you just come to a conclusion and think you're right.
Do you owe Hector $500? What do you not mean?
I have no idea what that means, dude. What are you talking about?
Do you owe Hector do you not know what $500 is?
I don't know who Hector is.
So how can you say you don't know what that means?
I don't know what that
Hector's
means
a person.
or what
do you know
that is
what $500
or what you're
is?
referring to. I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay.
If you want to pivot away from the debate, that's fine.
I'm not pivoting. I'm just bringing up facts. You're
Yeah,
the
I
one
see
that's
people.
not addressing
I
the
see
debate.
people commenting that. I don't know what they're talking about.
It's
Sure.
really not
Okay.
a debate, though.
Okay. All right. Again, Cameron, Donald Trump is massively hurting the United States of America in multiple ways, including what he's doing with ICE, including the job numbers, including the constitutional crisis that we're in. How can you stand behind him and not call for him to be removed while he's doing all of these things?
I just think he's a strong leader. I like him. I mean, I know
Can you
he's
be
not your
specific and
favorite.
not general?
Yeah, I know he's not your favorite because he is a little unconventional and not the conventional politician that just, tries to be all, perfect and all television perfect. And, he's rough around the edges.
Can you name one thing that Donald Trump is actually name one piece of legislation since Donald Trump
like
has
that
been
he's
back in office that has overwhelmingly benefited everyday Americans?
Yeah, I think him getting at the immigrants is a good thing.
No, I said name one piece of legislation that he passed since being back in office that overwhelmingly benefits everyday Americans.
I think he restricted the whole transgender thing. Like you
Name
can't just
one piece of legislation that he has passed since he's been back in office that benefits everyday Americans.
immigration and transgender issues.
So, quote unquote, immigration and transgender issues is not a piece of legislation. Name one piece of legislation that he has passed.
If you just want to keep on, if you don't want to engage with what I'm talking about,
I want you to
that's fine,
understand what I'm saying. No one cares about your identity politics. Donald Trump is not deporting people. He's using ICE to actually run through the streets of America and harass Americans. I tried to give you these points earlier, but you started speaking in general terms. So now I'm trying to give you a specific question that you can answer, but you can't answer the specific question because now you're going to identity politics, and I'm asking for actual
Do
legislation.
you want like
that was
the
passed.
PMID or something, or do you want to engage with?
I would like
about
to.
it?
I would like to know what piece of legislation that Donald Trump has actually passed that has overwhelmingly benefited everyday Americans.
So you want me to give you the specific name of it rather than engage in what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you have to first know what legislation is.
Yeah.
So.
exactly.
Like you want me to give you like a PMID or
actually-
something?
No.
You want me to
it
give you
would
like
be-
the?
I don't know the PMID for the big beautiful bill, but I know that he passed the big beautiful bill. Like
Which was a
that's what I'm looking for.
Is
Not,
immigration
oh,
a good thing? Is immigration? a
Hey,
good thing?
you're trying to pivot and you're not answering the question. You
Be-
wouldn't
because
answer the
you're
question
talking-
before. You
Because
wouldn't
you're
answer the
asking
question
me to give
before.
you useless names rather than
No,
talking about the substance of the legislation.
I need you to be specific. You're talking very vague, and I have no interest in
You would
continuing
be a
a
good
vague
politician.
conversation.
Because you're not really talking about the actual issue. You just
I
kinda
would
wanna,
like for you to actually you were being
talk about
vague.
the name of the issue.
You were being vague, and since you were being vague, I narrowed you down, and now you can't even address that. So you're trying to pivot.
No, I mean I already gave you two, but obviously you don't want to talk about them. You want the like
Okay,
But
the
those aren't
what piece of
PMID,
legislation?
the URL instead of
Sure.
talking
What
about the
piece of
actual issue.
legislation that Donald Trump actually passed when it comes to immigration?
I don't know the name of it, but he's getting the immigrants out. I think that's a positive thing.
How is he getting quote unquote immigrants out?
I guess with ICE.
What is the rate that he's deporting people at?
I don't know the rate.
You don't know anything, and that's what
I
I'm
know
talking
it's-
about.
I know
The
it's not
stuff
a
that
good
you're saying
rate.
is not
I know it
exactly
should
the
be
stuff
more.
that you're saying
It
is
should
not
be more.
factual.
It should be more.
I don't care what you think it should be. He's not even deporting people at the rate of Joe Biden or Barack Obama, and he's increased the amount of money for ICE in their budget, and they're allocating law enforcement across the board to supporting ICE, including 25% of the FBI. So
Yeah, I
not
hope
only do
that
they have
with the
more
new-
resources and more money, they're still doing a worse job.
Yeah, I think hopefully with the more ICE money fund, he gets more people out. I think that'd be a good thing for Americans.
Can we talk about money for a moment?
No,
we can't
I'm not
talk about
talking to
money
this
for a
guy
moment?
anymore. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm not going to talk in general. Like, you can't actually engage in any type of factual, like any tangible things. I'm not going to do that. Like, what are we even doing?
Oh, he can't debate. He can't even have a conversation. So there's that. But
Like, be specific. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Tamarin, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, sorry, I did that by accident.
No worries.
No.
I'll drop you down. Thank you. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Let's see here. What happened? Oh, this person's not loading. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. And if you come up, please be prepared to actually engage in specifics, not in general, because again, I don't want to talk about general things. I would like to have a real conversation. The official Benz, are you a Trump supporter?
I have an offer for you, Santana. It'll just take me 10 seconds to
Are
let
you
you
a
know
Trump
about
supporter?
it. Can I DM you? Will you actually look at it here after the live?
Sure, but also Kay is in the chat. You can get the information from one of my mods. I appreciate you. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Please respect the boundaries of the live. I appreciate each and every one of you, but again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. W's in the chat for Damien, who sent a $10 donation saying, after listening to Connor, I need Tylenol. I know that's right. My head is compounding because of him. Guys, again, like I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. And I think that we've hit the point where not only is Trump supporters refusing to actually engage in anything that was actually said, they can't defend it. They can't defend Donald Trump. They can't defend the things that he's doing. They know for a fact that Donald Trump is inept. He's weak, like literally physically and mentally weak. And this is something that bothers them because he's literally their daddy, which is wild. Go ahead, E. You're muted.
I did say fudge sickles. And I said dark knowledge. What I say, Dad Nabbit? Okay. Shout out to Miss Julie for the $5. Thank you so much, Miss Julie. Also, shout out to Alaskan Furries for the $5. They said, hey girl, so how about the 20 billion Trump sent to Argentina while he's firing federal employees and his House majority voted to not fund the military through this shutdown? How is that helping Americans, Connor? Damn it, Connor's gone. But that was a really great question because I was going to bring
still in
that
the
up.
comments.
And also wanted to bring up the $608 million that the Department of Homeland Security paid the state of Florida this week for alligator Alcatraz. Wanted to talk about that. Also, there's more with alligator Alcatraz, but I think we'll be able to get to it. But yeah. But they can't pay the military. They can't pay federal employees. So yeah. So I mean, we can talk about that money if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, like I would just love to have any type of this person has been weird this entire. Devin, I'm muting you because you not only have you been weird, but get in the box. Like you guys love being weird cowards in the chat. I don't understand it.
So does Yanni.
I don't understand it. Like what is it about? If you guys are gonna say the stuff with your chest. Like if you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah, like Yanni. Yanni, you should request up and say this with your chest because Yanni said
Yanni?
if Trump wasn't president, you, Dean Parker, and the rest wouldn't be collecting the money with a bunch of wives. You should really get in the box and express yourself.
Oh, yeah, Yanni, I'm sending you a request to come up. Yanni apparently follows me. And Yanni, you're going to be muted, right? I'm going to mute you.
That's strange.
Because you need to get up here. Yanni, I will give you a spot to yip yap, but no one cares what you have to say from the chat. Stop being a coward. You guys all scream that you're alphas. I could have sworn you guys said that you were alphas, that you were like strong people, strong men. And yet you're literally afraid to engage with any type of conversation. You're afraid to get in the box. You're afraid to actually do anything except crash out because that's all that you know. Like, what are we even doing?
Who knows? But here's the thing. I think that the reason that they're afraid to come talk to you, Santana, all right, that they're afraid is because you won't let them do what about Biden? You want them to stick to the present. See, all they want to talk about is what Biden did. And a lot of people allow them to talk about what Biden did, or they want to talk about how Kamala Harris, wouldn't have made a good president, so on and so forth. They want to stay in the past because the present for them hurts way too much. The present hurts because they see that what they voted for was for cruelty and for hate and destruction and retribution. They see that. And so they're staring themselves in the mirror and they don't like what they're seeing. So you're not letting them talk about the past. So I have an idea.
And what? No, I would let them actually do it if it was pertinent to the present conversation, but it's not. And the only reason I said no is because we got Jamie. Let's see what Jamie has first. Jamie, okay. I saw you request earlier, but I guess you got impatient, but you're back. Jamie, did you come back to accept this olive branch that I have?
I'm willing to meet you maybe on some parts.
Okay, perfect. So the olive branch that I'm extending is the fact that it's time for everyone to call for the 25th Amendment. Can you agree with me?
I disagree on that one for sure.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Would you like to know why I say it's time for the 25th, or do you just want to tell me why you disagree?
Well, we've been down this road before. I mean, his first presidency, the whole Russia collusion thing, that went nowhere. And I feel like it's just almost a cop-out for the Democrats to try to get him out of office.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not trying to impeach him. I'm not even saying that I want, and the point that I've been making is I think that left-leaning policies are better for the country as a whole, but I'm not even talking about the rest of his cabinet or vice president. I'm talking about him specifically. Donald Trump is a weak, ineffective leader who does not have the ability to govern, and he's causing chaos in America in multiple ways. And not only is he doing all that, he is physically weak, and also he is mentally weak. I think the combination of all those things require for J.D. Vance to grow a spine and gather the rest of Trump's cabinet and use the 25th Amendment.
So, I mean, as far as his physical condition, I mean, that's a pretty common thing for 80-year-olds to have. I mean, venous insufficiency? Is that what it is? I mean, the guy just probably needs to wear some compression socks and get on some beta blockers, or
it's way more than that. I mean, the additional swelling, the bruising on his hands, and not even to speak about the drooping in his face now. It's a lot.
I mean, he's getting old, and I mean, really, I mean, look at Obama before he went into the office and out. I mean, it really does. I mean, it really does take a toll on you.
It does. We can agree on that. Like, the presidency takes a toll on whoever is there. That's why maybe it wasn't the best idea to actually swear in the oldest president to ever start their term. Like, maybe that wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I could see your points as far as, some red flags, but at this point, I still don't think it's right now. Maybe a year down the road and you start seeing even more, mental decline, then yeah, maybe we can have this conversation. But I think at this point, I just don't think it's enough right now.
Well, I have more for you, but let me read this off because this is funny. I guess you can say W's in the chat or L's in the chat. I don't care which one. For one, what is this? Oh, wait, one liberal tier 277 over on YouTube who sent a $1.99 YouTube super chat to say, get a real job and quit crying about your TDS. First and foremost, thank you for the monies. I appreciate it. Second of all, how about you actually stop being a coward, get off of YouTube and get over here on TikTok and get in the box and debate me. You would rather give me your money and be a coward from the chat than actually get in the box and defend your position. What type of scary stuff is that? I mean, I'll take the money as well, but you literally paid me to tell me that you're a coward. So there's that. W's in the chat for Jess. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. You're freaking awesome. You were wonderful guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Best way to support the live. Over on the YouTube super chat. And again, make sure we take care of Erica because she's not only here. Make sure we're gifting her, but her pay links are running in the poll in the bio.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Anthony, for the thumbs up emoji where you sent $5. I appreciate you. Thumbs up to you. Also, there was one more. I was gonna say that person on YouTube that's sending you like hate messages, send him 20 and make it really spicy. He'll even read it with like a British accent. All right. Thank you so much, Jess, for the 10 said for doing holy work. I don't know about all that, but I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much. W's in the chat, guys. I wanted to say something in regards to Trump's condition because he doesn't think that is that serious, but actually it is because Trump, we have the video footage of Trump, also photographic footage of his hands being bruised, looking as if a wound is actually healing. And when it gets to that stage, per doctors now, this is per doctors, all right, in the most extreme cases, that's where you see the wounds or limb loss. Hopefully he doesn't do the last part, the latter, but you start to see the wounds in the extreme cases of the chronic venous insufficiency, which is called CVI for short. So I think we should be concerned.
I mean, maybe concerned, but really, I mean, if you go and look at the population of 80-year-olds out there, you're probably going to see 60 to 70% of them have this kind of condition. So I think it's kind of a little
about 1 in 3 adults have it. Yeah.
Can we talk about his cognitive decline?
Yeah, if you want to talk about the conversation about Osama, yeah, I can tell you what he was referencing to, his book.
Wait, so you want to interpret his words instead of talking to what he said directly?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I know what exactly Trump was talking about or referencing to is from his book a year before 9/11 happened.
So, but this is the point that I'm trying to make, right? The reason why I said that it's cognitive decline is not because I'm saying that he didn't do these things that he said he did. It's the fact that he can't put the thoughts together in a coherent manner where he's conflating the things that he's saying and he's mashing them together. I'm not saying that he never wrote a letter about Osama bin Laden. I'm not saying that he never talked to Pete Hegseth. I'm not saying that the towers weren't hit a year or hit at a certain time. I'm also not saying that he didn't write about it in the book. I'm saying that Donald Trump can't put this in a coherent thought. Everything is mashing together because of his cognitive decline. And you interpreting it is not what we need because you're literally filtering it to sane wash what he's saying when he doesn't have the ability to do it himself.
I guess, but I when I first heard that, I knew exactly what he was talking about. So I guess, I mean, it just depends on your view and your perspective on things, I guess. So
yeah. Do you think that we should have to interpret everything that the president of the United States says, or should we be able to take him at his word?
Well, I think when you hear things from an individual being on the left side, you're going to see, there's going to be flags that might go up compared to someone on the right or vice versa. Like it's just
there's flags, period, for me. Like there's flags with certain stuff that Joe Biden. I was watching the debate with Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and when Joe Biden said we defeated Medicaid, I said, "What the?" I knew what he was trying to say, but I didn't interpret it because it's not my job to interpret what the president of the United States is saying. It's for me to actually believe the president at his word. And at that point, I said, Joseph Robinette Biden cannot be the president of the United States.
I don't want to pivot back to the Biden thing because I know you don't want to talk about that, but it's definitely black and white compared to how Biden was and how Trump is. So, but
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. This your juke joint.
No. I mean, were you going off of that because I wanted to make a quick point?
Erica.
No, I'm talking to Erica.
Okay.
Erica, were you about to go somewhere else with it, or were you staying there?
No, I was going to go off of that because he said that it was clearly black and white difference between the two. All right, so Jamie, what did you think when Biden fell off his bicycle? What did you think when Biden fell going up the flight of stairs to Air Force One? Did you think that it was time for him to hang it up?
No, I didn't really think too much about that. It was just more of just like he was never around, always kind of in hiding. And when he did talk, you could tell that he was just not the same guy that he was 4 or 5 years ago. So
Okay. But go ahead.
Eric, and I was going to ask you, like, I don't think Biden ever took a cognitive test. If you could show me that, where you found that, I'd like to see that.
You want to know if Biden took a cognitive test?
I don't think he ever did.
Oh, okay. No, he did take a annual physical, and his doctors did determine that such a test wasn't necessary for him.
Oh, yeah, a neurological test instead
Yeah.
of like a MOCA. Okay, I thought.
Yeah,
you
so
talked
he
about
didn't
that.
take a mocha. Why is Donald Trump taking a mocha though? Why is he doing that? Can you tell us why?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know. Okay, so you don't think that it's odd that the president of the United States is taking a cognitive test because it's not a requirement. So why would he be doing it? And then why would he say that it's hard? Also, that's strange.
I don't know, because maybe, like you said, he's getting backlash from people, and he's just wants to prove them wrong by doing that, I guess.
But by calling it hard, when doctors literally say that this test is easy if you're not suffering from any cognitive decline, it's concerning. I think that we all should actually be concerned. And I'm not even being facetious. For the president of America to say, especially the memory part of the test was hard for him, he found it to be difficult. I think that should be concerning to us all. And I'm trying to just understand. And I think the 1.1 thousand people in here also want to understand why you aren't holding that same standard for Donald Trump as you did for Joe Biden.
I don't know. I mean, the fact that he took it is one thing, and how Trump talks, like, it's so vague, and he misspeaks all the time, and I'm not.
That's the point that I was getting ready to make. Go ahead and finish that, but I want to stay right there where you are.
He was never perfect in his first
Stay right
term
there.
either. He was never perfect in his first term either when he talked. So.
Exactly. Hold on. So, but see, that's the point. That, like, literally, you walk right into it, and I'm glad Erica did what she did, and then walked you to where I was going, because that's what I was just about to talk about. Is the fact that we've always had a baseline for the things that Donald Trump has said, and Jamie, I don't know how much Trump you consume as far as his speeches and like his rallies and all this other stuff, but I am someone who has been consuming this information for a long time, and I do it on a daily basis, so much so that I've been putting out like breaking news on my page, and I worry about putting it out to everyone that's watching, because I don't want them to be inundated with all the like madness by minute. And Donald Trump, there's a clear decline from him trying to make coherent points about sharks and batteries, which is wild for me to even say a coherent point about sharks and batteries, but to the point now where he can't even string along the thoughts that he's trying to make, and he can't recall the certain situations that he's trying to speak to. There's a clear drop off from the normal madness that is Trump to where we are now. And that's why I say that it's not the same.
All right. So how about this? We'll just agree that maybe we could revisit this in 6 months. And if there's, a dramatic, decline from here to then,
why is it that you guys always sit back and say, well, we have to wait and see, but then like that day of wait and see never comes?
There's just not enough proof in the pudding right now. Like there's just,
Okay, but hey, Jamie, do you remember before the election? I know I talked to you before the election. I don't know if you and I can't remember if you and I talked about Project 2025, but do you remember how we talked about like Project 2025 before the election? And then people were like, oh, that's not a thing. Trump knows nothing about it. That's not happening. And then Donald Trump got into office and then started hiring people that work for the Heritage Foundation that wrote the Project 2025. And then you guys like, oh, that's just a coincidence. And, that's not really a thing. And then he started to actually implement policies that was directly from Project 2025, so much so to the point that that 60% of Project 2025 has already been implemented. And we were like, hey, it's up to 60%. And you guys like, oh, well, we just have to wait and see if that was really the thing that's happening. And then Donald Trump comes out directly and acknowledges not only Project 2025, but brings in Russell Vought, who is a co-author of Project 2025, and says that he's going to use him to actually start making layoffs and cuts, which again is chat. It was a part of the plan. Literally in Project 2025, they talk about wanting to replace federal officials with loyalists, and this is how they do it. That's why they're firing federal employees instead of furloughing them. And then when the government opens back up, they're going to need to hire those people or hire those positions back. And instead of hiring those positions back, they're going to hire their own people, because the Heritage Foundation, a part of Project 2025, was already doing interviews, building resumes, and building an actual repository of people to fill positions once those positions were open. Literally all of these things that we said were happening has happened, and you guys just keep saying, well, give it a little bit more time.
I don't know. I mean, if we want to move on to the government shutdown, like I think
No. I need you to address that. Go ahead, E.
No. I want him to address it too.
I mean,
because it's not about the government shutdown. It's about the fact that you guys literally keep saying, wait and see, and it keeps happening. And you guys, even when it happens, you won't actually admit it or address it.
Oh, I mean, I knew before his presidency with Project 2025, you know, the whole thought about it. I was like, yeah, there is going to be parts of that that's going to happen. I'm not denying that. I knew that was going to happen.
60% is more than parts. But again, it's not about Project 2025. It's about the fact that you guys keep telling us that we're fear mongering. You keep telling us that these things aren't happening. We keep giving you direct examples, but you guys won't acknowledge it. And you keep taking this wait and see approach while our country continues to burn, literally.
What's the scariest part about 2025 to you? That really
consolidation of power under the executive branch.
Executive branch. Yep, same.
Did
you hear what Stephen Miller said the other day?
No, I just saw that he almost had like a stroke mid interview.
Yeah, we don't joke about stroke. Don't do that. Yeah, because he was definitely blinking. Somebody was in his ear telling him to stop. Like someone like kicked him in his shin and said, "Hey, shut your mouth." But no, plenary authority. All right. Yeah, plenary authority. That means absolute and complete control. Okay. And he was arguing that Title 10, which goes over the basically the organization of our military and what authority the president does have. He was arguing that Title 10 does give Donald Trump plenary authority over the military, which is wrong. He does not have that. He doesn't have that at all. But he said the quiet part out loud. But my question for you, though, Jamie, is because you said something that kind of led to that was going to be a part of my question. You said that you were aware of Project 2025 prior to the election and that you knew some parts were going to be implemented. So that means that you didn't go into it blindly as some others did. You were aware. So why were you okay with voting for Trump when you knew that there was nothing good to actually come from Project 2025? Like, what was it that you were okay with?
I think the ideas behind 2025 are kind of exaggerated as far as like, you know, mass deportation, you know, all this other.
That's literally what they're trying to do.
Exactly.
Even the actual the FCC portion with Brendan Carr, like he's literally trying to. That's how Donald Trump keeps winning these settlements against different broadcasting companies. It's because Brendan Carr wrote about it in Project 2025, and they're doing that. Also, funny thing is, Brendan Carr wrote about TikTok, and I'm still waiting to see if that actually happens, but I think it might.
Well, I mean, deportations are down compared to previous administrations.
That's because it's ineffective.
Exactly.
That could be, or also, you know, a lot of the mayors in all these sanctuary cities aren't helping out with anything too.
No, it's
That's
because
not
he's
it.
ineffective as well. Well, more.
He's ineffective. He doesn't know what he's doing. I can tell you how we know he doesn't know what he's doing. Are you familiar with, have you heard of it, alligator Alcatraz?
Yeah, I live in Florida.
Okay, all right, cool. So alligator Alcatraz, actually by a judge out in Florida, was ordered to be closed within 2 months. I think this happened in July, I want to say July or August. But just this past week, DeSantis won the appeal. DeSantis won the appeal, and alligator Alcatraz is still open and running. It has about 400 migrants and immigrants there. All right. Now, here's the thing with that. Here's the thing. DeSantis in July and in August got in front of news cameras and said that every person in alligator Alcatraz, all right, is there on a final removal order. All right. That means that they are going to be held and then deported. All right. Organizations went to sue and tried to do a class action suit against the state of Florida and other states that have detention centers. But with alligator Alcatraz, they couldn't do it. And the reason why they couldn't do it, Jamie, is simply because the people had varying charges against them. Not everyone had a final removal order. They're literally just detaining people, and it's costing U.S. taxpayers money.
Yep.
So Trump is ineffective at what it is that he's doing. He's wasting us money and spending all of this money while not paying federal employees nor our military.
That's on both.
This is what you voted for.
That's on both sides, though, as far as the government shutdown. Definitely.
No.
This is Trump shutdown. This is literally
This is Trump.
shutdown.
What did Trump say in 2013 about shutdowns and the president, Santana?
That the president owns the shutdown. It's their job to be a leader and a deal maker.
Exactly. There we go. So Trump right now is failing as a leader and a deal maker. That's what he's doing. So this is Trump's shutdown.
I don't know. I think there's been opportunities for both sides to come to some kind of mutual agreement, and I think it's kind of disappointing, to be honest.
Hey, fun fact. The actual thing that the Democrats are fighting for, like the biggest thing, is the extensions to the tax credit for the ACA, right? Like that's the biggest thing. Did you know, you said you live in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. You live in Florida. Did you know that if the tax extensions for the ACA are expired, in Florida specifically, it's going to cost the average person an additional $521 to their current health care, whatever they're paying.
I did not know that.
Yes. It's different for each state. Pick a state.
Go with Arizona.
Okay, Arizona is going to cost an additional $639. Chat, pick a state. Pick a state. Let me grab my state real quick. Washington, it'll be $652. West Virginia will be $410. New York will be $877. Michigan will be $710. Kansas will be $586. North Carolina will be $626. Virginia will be $731. Do you get the point, Jamie? Like, this is about to cost a lot of Americans a lot of money that we already pay out. And the Democrats are saying, like, hey, at the very least, we need to extend these credits so people aren't paying more for their health care.
I think the ACA is broken already. I mean, it was already broken way before that. So I don't know. I think the reason we're shut down is because the whole big, beautiful bill, and that kind of pretty much just wipes a lot of these things that the Democrats are trying to bring back, and they refuse to incorporate that. So now they're just making everyone suffer because of that.
Oh my God.
Debbie's in the chat for Molly. Molly sent a $5 donation. Say we shouldn't have 80-year-olds president. He's an idiot. Both things are true. Debbie's in the chat for Anthony. Anthony sent a $6 donation to say you're an intelligent and calming force. Thank you. I appreciate you. Sometimes I'm calming. Sometimes I've had some of Hector's ashwagandha tonight. Debbie's in the chat for System, who sent a $5 super chat to say, Do you think you've been doing so much AI stuff or so much AI stuff to test the waters in preparation to use AI to cover up his worsening condition. I wouldn't put it past him. I'll say that. W's in the chat, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and links are in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. And guys, please take care of Erica. Erica's hanging out here with us tonight. Make sure that you are gifting her, and also her pay links are running in the poll in the bio. So make sure you show her some love. E, do you have any that you want to call out?
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Jordan, for the 5. Jordan said, could you tell a dad joke or say Santana is funnier than you?
I don't want to do dad jokes.
I'm between a rock and a hard place. Let me tell a dad joke.
I don't want to do dad jokes.
Okay, all right. Santana is funnier.
Thank you for the 5. Jeffrey, I'm definitely not letting you up because you'll probably slur once you get up here. And that's why you're spamming let me up.
Exactly. Also, shout out to Elizabeth for the $3.33. She knows the way to my heart. I love a good angel number. Elizabeth said, hello, beautiful. Just a note. Pete Hegseth was a 19-year-old college student when Trump published The America We Deserve in the year 2000. Curiouser and curiouser. Exactly. So, yeah. He literally says in that comment that he, like, whatever the hell it was called, I don't remember. Like, that's what he says. And also shout out to Katie for the 5. Katie said, I really appreciate hearing a very intelligent and skilled conversationalist discuss these very important issues. You are an inspiration, and please keep doing what you do. Thanks, Katie. Oh, thank you so much, Katie. Drop some hearts in the chat, y'all, because y'all are friggin' awesome. All right. I got everyone else coming in on the next round. I promise. All right.
Also, Jeffrey, no, if you're on my quote unquote side, then you're definitely not coming up because we're only looking for debates, not friendlies. So there's that. Jamie, the Republicans and specifically Donald Trump owns the shutdown. And last time Donald Trump had a shutdown, it lasted 35 days and cost the United States $3.8 billion. Like, can we admit that Donald Trump not only is inept, but like he's actively harming the country because he has bad policy?
I don't know about that, but I just feel like Democrats play a different game. Was there a shutdown when Biden was in office?
No.
And you wonder why, because Republicans would rather just, move along with the policies that are passed and just try to figure things out.
That's not true. There was a shutdown under multiple presidents, but it just so happens to be that Joseph Robinette Biden was one of the most consequential presidents in United States history. He knew how to govern. That's why he got multiple bipartisan pieces of legislation passed, including the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, the infrastructure bill, which is not only a bill that Donald Trump said he wanted to pass, but even Barack Obama said that he wanted to pass, and neither one of them were able to do so. So it's not that the government didn't shut down because the Democrats play games. It's that Donald Trump is an inept leader and Joe Biden was better at this than Trump is.
So why don't the Democrats just agree to a clean CR bill where we just kind of try to figure things out, a couple months?
All the Republicans have to do is they just need to actually agree on the extensions. Just add the extensions to the clean CR. Like that's what they've been doing on and on and on anyway.
Really simple.
Exactly.
All right, well.
Do you have anything against the extensions, extending the tax subsidies for people who pay via the ACA marketplace?
No, but I think there's more I think it's more than that. That's stopping this. It's just not just because of that one thing. There's multiple things.
No, there's also there is.
Yeah, like immigration things, and I'd have to look back at it, but it's not just that one ACA thing. There's multiple.
What immigration things?
I'd have to look at it. It's been a long night, but it was a couple days ago when I looked at it. So.
Do you think that undocumented immigrants, or as you all say, illegal, and I do use air quotes when I say that, are getting coverage under federal Medicaid?
They are.
They are not. They're just not. They aren't.
If you are,
I could send you a link from UC Health in Colorado where they stated that they lost $20 million due to illegal immigrants.
You're talking about
does
in the
that have-
state of. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Santana.
Mhm.
I say you're talking about in the state of Colorado where the state provides state Medicaid to undocumented immigrants.
Yeah, Colorado Medicaid, yeah.
Okay, all right. Just like in the state of California, they provide Medi-Cal to undocumented immigrants via the state taxes. So state revenue.
Mhm.
Did you hear how I didn't say federal?
I heard.
Okay, I was just making sure you heard. I was just making sure you was following, and you are. Good job. Yeah. So no federal money goes to providing any type of medical coverage for undocumented immigrants. All right. The only type of medical coverage that they do qualify for is emergency Medicaid, and they actually only can get it up to a certain amount of times within a year, and that amount of times is actually 3 times. All right. And it's for serious injury. Like they can't even go if they have like, a cough. If you have that cough that you're just not sure what it is. And hey, I'm going to go to the ER. Or they can't even do that. They can only go 3 times a year. All right. And that benefit, if you want to call it that service that we make available so people don't unalive due to serious illness or injury, all right, is it costs like what? I think like $3.4 billion a year. That's how much it cost the United States last year to provide that coverage to undocumented immigrants, and it was less than 1% of the annual Medicaid budget.
So you're saying that emergency rooms are turning away illegal immigrants after 3 times?
Yeah, they only qualify for it up to that amount. I know. I thought that was crazy. Also, I was like, wait, so you're telling me that people are actually getting turned away at the hospital if it's not a serious injury? And the social worker, in fact, said yes. And I said, there's no way. And they said yes. And I was like, wow, that's awful. I think it's awful. I think if a person is ill, all right, whether it be a cough or it be a pain in their back, they should be seen. I think they should be seen. Yeah, but we don't live in that type of system. We have to pay for all of this.
Well, I work at a hospital in the emergency room, and I have never seen any patient turned away due to insurance at all, ever. So I don't know if this was just a specific hospital case that you're talking about.
Let me see here, because Crow sent me some information about this here. I'm sorry, I did misspeak. They're not turned away. It's just not paid for. And then it becomes a problem. So it becomes a write-off for the hospital.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Okay, I can see that.
I know we're going to get into minutia. My apology for misspeaking. I just pulled the Trump. Santana, I pulled the Trump.
Yep, you did.
We're going to
misspoke.
The 25th on you right now, Erica.
W's in the chat for Alejandro. Alejandro sent a $3 donation to say, did you know Qatar will have a private military air base in Idaho? I guess the private jet Trump got wasn't free after all. Yeah, I knew about it. It's been a deal that's been in place. Literally, Donald Trump was working on it in his first term, which leads me to wonder like why he was actively going after them and saying like they were supporting different T groups while literally trying to give them access to the United States with a military base. That's interesting. Also, W's in the chat for System, who sent a $2 super chat to say, do I keep mistyping or are the rumors true? Mistyping what? I'm confused. Also, W's in the chat for Daniel, who sent a $20 super chat to say, can you give half the E? Of course. Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate you. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and the link are in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. It's the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that follow button because a lot of people watch, but they don't necessarily subscribe. And also, if you're over here on the TikTok, 1.1 thousand people, everyone go over to YouTube and go to Santana Speaks over on the YouTube and follow that because I'm going to be posting some long form content. I'm currently working on the 14 tenets of fascism and how Donald Trump actually meets all 14 tenets of fascism. I have historical references. I talk about the father of fascism, Mussolini, and the other influential fascist figures throughout history. I give specific evidence, facts. I give the complete breakdown of what fascism is. And I give the answer to how we defeat fascism. So that video is going to be coming out soon. So please make sure you go ahead and get over to the YouTube, which is Santana Speaks. And Erica, what's your YouTube?
It's Everything with Erica. Everything with Erica. It's Erica. Right. My mom spelled it correctly. No offense to anyone with a K. But I want to shout out
Phil. You follow hers as well. Yep.
Yes. I want to shout out Phil. Phil, thank you so much for the 2. Phil said the Dems want protection for the entire 1.5 trillion Medicaid and Medicare budgets. Alien is used in the ACA and is for people who qualify. It's not all immigrants. If you know, you know. And that is very true. It is extremely true. All right. It's for people who have a certain status, and they're trying to change the status of people who can't qualify. Like they want to take out, I believe they want to take out people who are, I think, permanent residents. I read this the other day. I'll have to look into it, just like Jamie would have to look into what he knows about the immigration part. But I'll look into it. But yeah, they want to change it, is what they're trying to do.
Also, really quick, sorry. W's in chat for Liam, who sent a $10 donation saying, let me know if you need help getting something from the top shelf later. Listen, Liam, and for everyone else, I've literally already stood beside my refrigerator and showed that my head is above the refrigerator. So, yeah, there's that.
The refrigerator is 5'4".
Sure. Also, one other thing I just thought about, if anyone is interested, I'm also putting out another video. It's going to be a how-to guide, how to debate MAGA. So stay tuned. It's going to be really good. Anyway, Jamie.
Oh, hey guys, I was going to tell you, I have to take off. It's almost 3 o'clock here in the morning. I mean,
no, stay.
I know, maybe next time, but really do appreciate you guys, what you're doing, even though we have different ideas. I mean, that's what these platforms are for. And yeah, God bless.
All right. Have a good one.
Hey, have a good night.
At least he didn't slur.
At least he didn't slur.
That's
right?
literally my bar.
Exactly. No slurs.
Yeah, like that's the bar for Trump supporters. Did you slur?
No slurs. You
didn't slur? Okay. Thank you for not
Yay,
slurring.
You did slur. Yay. Thanks. Anywho, fudge sickles. I think you should look at the base, the installation that they're going to be building in Idaho. I feel like it's too much speculation right now to really get an idea about it. Someone did let me talk about my speculation earlier, but I won't do that here.
Yeah, I don't do conspiracy theories. Jula Mama, are you a Trump supporter? Jula Mama, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
No worries. Hey, since you're here, you got to do a mod. Tell the people to tap the screen and all the good stuff. Jula Mama? She said nope. Not today.
You thought.
You thought.
All right, Trump supporters, get in the box. Get in the box.
I'm trying to bring people up in this. Let's see here. This is definitely gonna be some racist shit. Okay. Big Mac, are you a Trump supporter?
It's Big Mark.
Or Big Mark, sorry. Big Mark. Big Mark, are you a Trump supporter? I'm dropping down. I thought it was someone blackfishing.
See, you have to assume good intent, Santana.
You know what? When I look at my inbox, I always assume that it's going to be diabolical.
Oh, okay. Always assume good intent.
I pray for the best and prepare for the worst. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this person isn't loading.
Yo.
All right. We don't have any Trump supporters. MAGA.
What? It's 1.1 thousand people in here. And you're telling me out of 1.1 thousand, that's 1,100 people that all of you voted for Kamala Harris? All of you voted for Harris.
It's
No,
what you
all
want
of
me
them-
to believe.
All of them agree with me now. I've officially
Yes.
won MAGA. It
Yes.
happens every time I debate.
You don't get one of them belts.
You say not one. You say not one, but you're not in good vibes. You're not in the request. So I'm gonna go ahead and send
Good
you.
vibes is a supporter, bro. Calm down.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay, my bad. I was about to. I'm glad you said that because I was about to put the mute. You can disregard the request. I was about to mute you and and say get in the box. My bad. My bad.
Whew. Breathe.
I was
It's
listening.
okay.
W
It's
echo
cool,
chamber.
man.
Sure.
Easy.
Get in the box. I'm gonna send you. Look, you're
Why
a
you gonna
troll,
say
but
W
cool.
echo chamber?
Like I'm literally sitting here saying, get up here. If it's an echo chamber, it's because you guys are too weak and incompetent to actually get in the box. You guys are all scared. You're a bunch of cowards. You know nothing. You're cruel. Your daddy is old and weak. Like, what are we even doing? What are we even doing?
Eat more seaweed. You're gonna turn into a seaweed.
W's in the chat for let me get back over here. W's in the chat for I think it's pronounced Tabad. Thank you so much for the $5 donations. And how do you feel about Trump bragging about stripping the 1A? We know it's a part of the playbook. You can say that he quote unquote misspoke when he was trying to say we're getting rid of the First Amendment. I think, and I hate to be this person because I literally was just ragging on Trump and Trump supporters for interpreting him. But if you listen to the rest of the speech, basically what he was trying to say is that he's getting rid of the protections, or not getting rid of, but getting rid of the obstacle of saying, oh, well, you're violating the First Amendment right. Because he goes on to talk about how it's not about the First Amendment right. It's about, the violence and all this other stuff. So I will give him a bit of a gaffe for that one. And see, the thing about me that differs from like Trump supporters is I'm intellectually honest, and I don't have a problem with admitting when something is what it is or when it's not. And then also, while Trump supporters just learned the word context, I've always understood it, and I do give credence to the words that are around the gotcha line. I learned that back when I used to read the Bible book, right? I learned that not only do you have to read the current verse, but you have to read the subsequent chapters around it to get the full context. So even though he said that, I know that he that's not what he was saying, because he went on to try to expound on it. But yeah, they would love to silence our First Amendment right as a whole. Maybe it was a Freudian slip. Anyway, W's in the chat for you. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. And guys, make sure to take care of Erica. Let's go ahead and get Erica at least over 4K coins, right? She's right there. Go ahead and take care of Erica. Get her over 4K coins. Also, her pay links are running in the poll in the bio. Make sure that you show her some love.
Hey, have you ever had seaweed chips? Why did I say chips that way? You ever had seaweed chips?
No, I don't like the smell. It smells like fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Even though I
Bubba's
eat
new
fish,
thing.
I don't like the actual smell. So there's that.
Yeah, it's Bubba's new thing. But again, 1,100 people.
Yeah. Let's see here. Chronically, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I did not mean to do this. I love you guys.
Oh, I love you too. Hey, while you're here, you want to do a mod?
Oh my gosh, yes. Everybody make sure you tap the screen. Make sure you follow everybody. I don't know.
You girl, you've been waiting for a moment like this, haven't you?
It is your moment to
For a
shine.
moment just like this.
I love you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you
You
so
too,
much.
love.
You have a
Thank you.
wonderful evening.
Some people wait a life forever. I don't know the words.
W's in the chat for the senseless gamer who sent a $5 donation saying, how do you prepare for the worst with everything already happening? Real talk. The way that I prepare for the worst is, well, one, I'm black, right? So there's that. But two, something that I was telling people like right after the election, and you may remember this, and I'm deadly serious about this. Like, make sure you have copies of all of your important documents, your birth certificate, your social security card. If you have access, get your passport. like all of the actual pertinent things. Make sure you have, some cash on hand. Hell, if you can even do it, gold, right? Have some gold. Just make sure that you have an understanding of how things are, how things work. Be prepared for the possibility of what can happen. And I, like I tell people this all the time, they're looking to restrict us in multiple ways. I'll give a great example. They're burning books, and they're literally burning books specifically because they want to rewrite history. If you have the opportunity, buy books, find the old books and keep those safe. Keep those actual items safe. The one reason why I like doing these lives is because not only is everything recorded on TikTok, but I put every single live. Anytime that I go live on my own, I'm on YouTube, and it's recorded on my YouTube, and I need to go up and update it, but I try to keep the playlist updated. And it's not just because, I want people to go check out the YouTube and watch YouTube. It's literally a video document of what's happening in real time in America. So being able to keep those records and keeping information safe, and then also protecting each other, right? A great example last night, we were up here just shooting the shit, and Hector mentioned that he had someone who was in need, and they had their SNAP benefits card stolen, and it was a mother of two, and she had two disabled children, and it was $900 gone for the month. And at that point, Hector had raised $71, and we were able to raise almost $1,300 total to get to her for SNAP benefits to cover her food for the month. But I say all that to say, creating community, that's how you prepare. I say this all the time. We live in a society, and we can't do these things alone. So you build bridges, you build community, you protect each other, you save records, you store things, you have a plan, and that's how you prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's how I do it.
That's exactly it. Yep.
Also, I drink my water and say something kind about myself daily, so that helps. That helps.
And build community gardens.
Yep. W's in the chat for Nicholas. Chewy sent a $1 donation saying you should encourage everyone to make a go bag. Yes, if you can make a go bag, yeah. Have those essentials ready, so ready to go could be important. Yes, I mean, the one thing that I'll say about that, right, and I didn't want to harp too much on that point because not everyone has the ability to have an actual escape plan. Because not everyone has the ability to either flee the country or even flee their state, right? I mean, that's such a privileged thing, and no one should ever take it for granted, because it might not even be a financial thing. You could be someone with an actual disability that does not have the ability to just up and leave. So that's such a privileged point. I mean, if you can do it, but that's not something that I normally like to talk about because not everyone has that ability. But yeah, I agree with you. If you can, definitely do it.
Loud Liberal Lashes, wonderful name there, alliteration. I'll help you build dig a bunker. You got me for 5 minutes.
Yep.
5 minutes.
Trump supporters literally every 1,000 of you all here are all freaking raging libs. You're all raging libs.
Or commies.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that I meant to say earlier, I meant to say this to Connor / Cameron, and this is for everyone here. Trump support. Oh no, I was going to say this. Period. Trump supporters, they're cowards, right? And when I say they're cowards, I mean they think that we're cowards the way that they're cowards. And I'll give you a great example. I posted a video to my page, and for people who may not know, what's his name? Democrats for Trump, straight weirdo. Anyway, I posted a video, and I used him in the video, right? And there was another Republican or whatever who tagged him in the comment section, and I had to go back and I let him know, hey, you don't have to tag him in the comment section because I've already tagged him in the video. Like I don't like tiptoe around situations. I go straight up to your door and ring your doorbell. And so he already knew exactly what I had to say from my video. I tagged him in the video so he could see directly that I was talking to him about him. So with that being said, Trump supporters, you guys are cowards. You absolutely refuse to actually engage. That's why you guys hide in your echo chamber. I was literally on a live earlier today. When I joined the live, there was like 28 people watching. 28 people. I joined the live and it immediately jumped up to like 300 something people. And the host kicked me after being on the live for like 5 minutes because he said, I told him, I said, hey, the Republican Party is cutting people off of, the Republican Party is taking foods out of kids' mouth, is cutting benefits for free lunches for students. And then he was like, oh, that's not true. Give me a source. You said something. I was like, all right, cool. So I bring up an actual study of the big, beautiful bill, and I'm showing him the study, and he's like, oh, I don't want no article. And I was like, yeah, this is not an article. This is an actual study of the big, beautiful bill. He's like, oh, you can't say that. And he kicked me. And I'm like, you're a coward because one, you wouldn't even let the conversation go. Two, as soon as I started to push back on anything that you had any ideas about, like you immediately were triggered because we were talking about like religion before that. And I was slow walking him into the conversation. He was fine. But then as soon as I said something that he didn't like, he had the response and he immediately went into that fight or flight phase. But then when I pulled up actual facts and information, because he was like, put it on the screen. You got to put it on the screen. And I put it on the screen. He immediately like, no, fuck out of here. I don't want to know knowledge and resource and tools. So, and then Erica went back and cooked him. So there's that.
And he ended the live. He ended the live. I was in the middle of like, what did they call it? Flambeing him. I'm so demure. And he ended the live. Couldn't take it. That was fun. That was super fun. I enjoy when that happens. But yeah, Trump supporters. All right. Okay, here's the thing. I'll make a deal with you. I will make a deal with you, Trump supporters, because you refuse to live in the present day. I will give you one shot at a what about Biden. All right. Just one what about Biden. All right. Just go ahead and request up. All right. This is me talking to you because I don't know if Santana's going to allow it, but I say you can have one what about Biden.
I don't know. Only thing Santana and I disagree on is Warrior fans. I know that's right because you see this? You see this? I know you see that. Guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Also, this is my backup account right here. 1,000 people hanging out. Make sure you follow this account. It's really important that you follow this account. One, because Trump supporters are a bunch of fucking haters, right? They're a bunch of fucking. Can we all admit that Trump supporters, not only are they cowards, but they're haters, right? So make sure you follow this account because two, I think throughout the week when I debate, I'm going to make sure that I debate on this account. So if you want to actually see debates, make sure you follow here because I like to make sure that I have my main account when we do late nights because the conversations we have on late nights are so important. So last week we were supposed to have a conversation and you know what, since I'm here, I'll just give you the conversation that we're going to have next week on late nights. How about that? I normally don't do that. Chat, would you guys like to know what we're going to talk about on late nights next week? I normally don't announce the topic early, but would anybody be interested in knowing what we're going to talk about on late nights next week?
No.
No, you don't want to know? Erica said no.
I'm sorry. No. I think the chat was saying no, so I was just like reading the comments.
So I'll show you guys this real quick because for anyone who like doesn't know me, I prepare for like the things that I do. Any type of conversation. When I like create the background and I have these conversations, I don't just like get up here and talk. I prepare. Like I literally prepare. So these are my notes for late nights for next week, for the conversation that we're having next week. These are all my notes, right? This is how I actually build out my conversation. I study and when I write things down and I prepare for multiple things. So it's a whole process whenever I actually do anything. But regardless, next week, and I'll just read the opening. The title is going to be Erase Who for What. This topic will deal with the current approach being taken to not only erase the history of different races and cultures, but also the drive to focus people to assimilate to American culture. I want to talk about the different ways that history is being rewritten. What are the impacts with not knowing or rewriting the past, and how it is an attack on the country that was that was founded. So that's the topic for late nights next week. So I said all that to say, yes, follow this account, but make sure you follow my backup account, because if you want to see more of the debates, like that's where they're going to be here on the backup account, because I want to make sure I protect this account for our late night conversations. So that's next week. It was supposed to be this week, but again, Trump supporters are a bunch of haters. A bunch of fucking haters.
Kay, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, American
Kay keep trying to get me to
culture.
say, listen. So this is the difference between me and Kay. So I drop subtle hints because I like to walk people into it. Kay wants me to just say the thing out loud. But if I say the thing out loud, they'll never engage, because if you put it in their face, then they're going to run from it. So you got to hide it behind your back. You got to hide it behind your back. And then when they get close enough, you pull it out. Look, you're racist. And like, oh, shit, I'm not racist. Like, that's what you got to do. So.
Jesus.
That's what you got to do.
That actually makes sense. That makes sense. That's going to be a good conversation.
Yeah. So W's in the chat for the senseless gamer who sent a $2 donation saying feels like Fahrenheit 451. I never watched that one. Yes, Kay, you have to trick the white sometimes. That's the only way we can get them. So now who's playing chess? All right, like what are we doing? All right, I don't think we have any more Trump supporters, and I don't know how much more time I got in me, because it's late and I'm tired. If there's any friendlies that want to come up, you can come up, but here's the one rule. You can come up and you can share your opinion on the country or anything that you want to talk about that's related to politics. But you can't say anything positive about me. I don't want to hear that. So debate someone on sexism. That would actually be a great debate. I might do that. I had to finish deconstructing my misogyny before I can actually do that debate, though. Like, I know my limits.
Deconstructing.
Say it again.
You never finished deconstructing. This
I know, right? Journey. Yeah. So I don't think that I'm in a position where I can just say, oh, I'm going to be the arbiter of like sexism. I mean, I like to, advocate for women and also speak to that. But yeah. But again, if anyone is interested in coming up, you can request up. Even if you're friendly, you can get in the box. We'll talk for a few minutes. But one, it has to be about politics. Two, have a point. And three, no glazing. It makes me uncomfy. Just
don't glaze Santana, but you can glaze me.
You can, but I like it. It makes me uncomfy. Just being honest. All right, let's get a couple of people up here. Oh, look at this person.
Kit.
Hey, Kit, how are you?
Gonna take okay, there's my mic. I'm doing okay. All right, so I'm not allowed to glaze you, and you wanted it to be about politics. So can I ask your permission to thank the chat since I can't thank you?
You can definitely thank the chat. Just don't. I didn't do anything. It was all done. It wasn't me.
All right. I just wanted to come again and say thank you to everyone that helped out me and my family. We went today, went to Costco, and got all the things back that we were trying to get yesterday. And I started crying again, putting away my groceries, just thinking about everybody that helped out.
Stop doing it.
Last night. I can't help it. I'm an emotional person.
You're strong. You have to be a thug. This is why I tell Erica, you a thug. You gotta remember that. You a G. Ain't no crying. You're talking about what tears?
Yeah.
You gotta like
Nah,
suck it
nah,
up because
nah.
there's no crying in baseball.
But I wasn't playing baseball, Erica.
But there's no crying in baseball.
Okay. Well, either way, I believe that emotions are strength. Personally, that's my opinion, and I don't let MAGA tell me that my feelings
I know that's right.
don't matter or mean that I'm crashing out. I'm allowed to be passionate about shit. Hector, stop laughing at me. I see you. Get out of here. But yeah, I just really wanted to come say thank you all for that, and you guys are wonderful. Thank you, Erica. And I guess my political point is I'm in war-torn Portland, Oregon. We're not on fire, and we're just getting more and more inflatable costumes every day, and it's beautiful. I'm in war-torn Portland, Oregon. We're not on fire, and we're just getting more and more inflatable costumes every day, and it's beautiful. War-torn, war-ravaged. I can't.
I'm back, baby.
That's what it is. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for the gifts. I appreciate you. And yeah, me and my kids, and I definitely got them that Halloween candy today. That happens, and we're gonna go get their costumes over the weekend also because of everything y'all did. So thank you.
Halloween's my favorite holiday.
That's gonna be fantastic.
It's mine too. Halloween's actually my wedding anniversary. We got 10 years this year.
That.
Oh, happy
Yeah.
early anniversary.
Thank you. Yeah, that's all. That was everything. I just wanted to come back because we got all that today, and it was because of y'all, and I just needed to tell you that. So Glaze in chat and Glaze and Erica, I guess I'm not allowed to glaze Santana,
right.
so.
You're not. Thank you. I appreciate you for coming up.
Thank you all.
They should have like an inflatable costume party in Portland.
Drop myself.
I would go.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I would go. Like I'll blow up the T-Rex little T-Rex costume that I had, and like I gotta find it somewhere in a box in the garage. But I'll find it and I'll blow it up. I'll go to Portland, and I will dance.
I didn't mean to bring you up, Kay, but since you're here now,
Hi,
you're
Kay.
here.
Why did we be so many?
I tried to grab my backup and it moved, so.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Is that Kay's sleep voice?
I think so. The nerd. Ned.
Yeah, it's nerd.
Yeah, not the Ned, because there's an R.
Santana, I know you said not to glaze you, bro.
No,
but you a legend out here.
You can't do it. No, seriously, don't do it. Don't do it. He does not like it.
That's all.
Don't
Now
do
I
it.
got a question. So my question for you is, why do you think the mainstream media is not recognizing the Groyper situation?
I don't think they know. And I legitimately mean this. Legacy media is slow to respond, slow to react. The super interesting thing, right? The reason why I've been doing like these breaking news that I put out on my page is because I have like notifications turned on my phone, right? And no lie, these are all of the actual news applications that I have on my phone. Reuters, New York Times, BBC, Politico, NPR, AP News, Forbes, Al Jazeera, Newsweek, Ground News, The Hill. And I have notifications turned on for all of those different news organizations. And I get notifications throughout the day for all of those. But then also, unlike a lot of other people, I still got my Twitters, right? I have a Twitters, and like information pops up so fast there. And so I say all that to say, like, legacy media, especially like the talking heads that's on TV, they don't have the ability to respond and like put information out quickly enough. And also they're not up to date on like certain things. So like when the Charlie Kirk situation happened, the first place I went to was Twitter. And before it was like mainstream news and being reported, I was already, myself and Erica was on the live here on TikTok talking about it. And I had already seen the video before any type of mainstream news came out. So I think they, one, don't necessarily know about these things quickly enough. And then two, I think they don't engage with it because they don't think that like it's important enough to engage with at the time. And they, again, they just don't get it. Erica, what do you think?
It's seriously important though. Like it needs to be recognized. Like,
oh yeah, they're extreme, like fucking extreme.
Yeah,
What do you
it's
think?
extreme. I think that the media, they have like this idea of what it is, but they don't know how to present it in a way that would like make sense to the general public. Like how do you explain that, you know, this thing is basically based off of memes? How do you explain that T word? I don't like using that word, you know that. But T-maxing, like how do you explain that to, you know, a 45-year-old mom in rural Idaho? You know what I mean? And
I mean,
like
there is
explain
a
it to
simple
them
way
to
to
have
explain
a
that, and that's
what's your
like,
idea?
you know,
Since I
a
was talking.
jail bitch,
I'm sorry?
a jail bitch, basically. Like that's what T-maxing is.
Yeah, maybe we should
Super
Not say that.
super feminizing men.
Yeah,
Wait,
rural mom
so
45 in Idaho isn't gonna get that. And I don't even think that I would get
yeah, I
that.
was just about to say like you two are
What?
talking over my head because one, I don't know what T-maxing is, but
I'll
like
tell you.
the jail B word, like yeah, no, let's
Chill
not
out,
do that.
bro.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
And you woke up, Kay. Hey, Kay.
Kay doesn't want to be really woken up at the moment, but can we not?
Thank y'all for having me
use
up.
the word-
I'll take my leave.
We're just asking you not to use the word bitch. You know how
I understand.
dehumanizing that
I won't
is?
do it again. My bad.
Misogynistic.
I get in trouble for saying it. That's why I've been trying not to say it so much. That's why I was down to one a day. And then I try not to use it. And I only call men that because a lot of men at times are, you know, the B word, but whatever.
Santana.
Yeah,
Still misogynistic, still derogatory
I
towards
know.
women.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you get one.
I do apologize, and Santana,
But
it's
the
an
way
honor
that you're
to talk to you.
explaining
Thank
that,
you.
I have a question. Like you're asking about rural mom in Iowa. How is she supposed to understand what that is? You think that she knows what's going on in prisons? Okay, so apparently it was too rough to answer for the guy.
He was trying to be cute. That wasn't cute, buddy. It wasn't. It just wasn't. Don't do that again. Thanks.
Also, there's a difference between there's this is the line of demarcation when you start letting friendlies up on sparring, right? I'll just call this out directly. There's a certain group of people that enjoyed the debates and sparring and like the back and forth jousting, and so they only watch this. But then there's also a certain group that like really focus in on late nights where there's learning and conversation. That's why I just, you know, talked about the topic for late nights, and it pushes your the way that you think, and it challenges the idea of who you are. And so not everybody watches both, right? Real example, my mom will watch sparring, but she doesn't really like sparring, but she loves late nights. And so when I let people up here on the panel for sparring, they're not necessarily the people that would know those like things that like that, because they deal in a different type of space. But I would say one, anytime that, you know, Kay is giving giving feedback, especially if you're friendly, like it's not a bad thing. It's a learning opportunity. But also two, maybe you guys should hang around late nights a little bit more. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anytime when we have friendlies up or when we're having late nights, not one time does it become, you know, contentious. It may become uncomfortable, but it's not contentious. And so just to like run out because you said you were sorry or whatever, that doesn't really do it. Like it's part of that uncomfortableness. Like I'm sure you're tired of hearing me say to you how derogatory and demeaning That word is, even if you just want to say it to men, it's still derogatory against women. And I know you're tired of me hearing that, but that you got to
I'm not
listen to
tired.
me
It's a good
anyway
reminder.
sometimes. So, yeah, but okay, I'm all done. Bye bye.
All right. Have a good night, Kay. Thank you.
Good night, Kay.
We'll get a few more people up here. Not gonna talk to this guy because he's a Trump supporter, and I refuse. I'm talking to my people now. Jeremy, you can fuck off.
Hello.
So there's that. Minnie, how are you?
Hi, it's Lana. But
Lana, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What would you like to talk about?
Okay, so I'm a friendly, and I have a couple questions, but I was wondering what your opinions were on Jubilee.
I think that they tend to lean towards mediocrity.
But do you feel like it's a good thing, or do you feel like it's a bad thing? Like, do you feel like it should be a platform, or?
I mean, I'm an advocate of free speech, so I would never say that it should or shouldn't. Now, there's certain people like I would actually advocate for like Nick Fuentes not to have a platform, and like Alex Jones to not have a platform. For as much as I didn't like Charlie Kirk, like I would never say, oh, I'm advocating for him not to have a platform. I advocated to destroy all the stupid shit that he said. But as far as like Jubilee goes, if you engage in it, you engage in it. It seems like it's been watered down from the original premise of actual debate. But with that being said, it seems like that a lot of the people that they are now engaging in are mediocre at best. I'll give the example of Grade. I don't know. I know people don't know who Grade is, but like, who is this conservative guy that I've spoken with multiple times. And when I say mediocre, like that's a compliment. So like, that's my opinion.
There. I mean, I understand that. I just feel like at the same time that it is providing a space where everybody can see the type of people that are out there. Like, for example, I work at like a gas station, and I have regulars that come in, and I have no idea who these people are. And one time I had somebody come in that was, I was informed that was a KKK member. And so, and these people are regular day people. They're coming, they're living their lives, and you have no idea what they go home and believe or represent. But, they go on these type of platforms, and you're able to see that these people exist. They're not just, tweets. They're not just, opinions somewhere written in comments. These are real people with real, thoughts and opinions, and are really living their life feeling and reacting this way. And I think it's important to be able to see that those people exist, because I think before, especially the election, I didn't understand I didn't understand how big of a problem that it truly was. Like, for example, I'm mixed, and I mostly have been around my white, black, and my mom's white, and so I mostly have lived around her most of my life. And I was kind of robbed of most of my culture. And what I think I missed out was that I didn't see a lot of like racism, I'll be honest. But I didn't think that it didn't exist. I just didn't get to see it. And so it wasn't right in front of my face. As I got older and I got to be able to see it right in front of my face, I realized how true and how big of a problem it was. Now, you put that in other examples. I think people see, okay, yeah, it's a problem, but aren't really grasping it. Even in general of like everything going on in America right now, everybody is like, oh, okay, it's a problem. We see this, we hear it, and somebody should do something about it. But that's all, I feel like that's where the marker is. It's like everybody should do something about it, but nobody. I guess my next question is, do you feel like everybody's doing enough about it? Sorry, I know I go.
No.
It is.
Yeah. I had one other thing that I want to say, but you go ahead first.
Yeah, you haven't said what it is. What is it? Say it. I promise you can say it.
Well, I mean, I guess in general, I feel like we're going extremely downhill. I feel like we are looking at an extreme downhill, and things are about to get really bad. I think everybody keeps saying that, or thinking it, or kind of jumping around it. But I think that
I'm not jumping around it.
no, I don't. I
I don't
actually
know if the
think you're
country's
the
gonna make it
only.
to 250 years.
I just heard that, and I was just listening to that, and I was like, I don't know if we're gonna really make it in the
No,
way
I've been saying that for a
we
long
think
time.
we're-
For people who don't know, most countries only last about 250 years, and the United States is at 249. I don't think that, I don't, I genuinely think it's more likely than not, if we continue with this regime that we have, the way that we're trending, the country isn't going to make it 250 years.
Yeah, like I just don't believe that I don't believe that everybody is recognizing the true problem that's going on and deciding to do something about it. Whether that's to go to the extreme and overthrow the government, or like do something about Trump. I don't know what it is
Oh, okay.
necessarily.
Because I'm like, I can't keep trying to guess what it is. I'm so sorry. Like, what's it?
I guess that's what I'm trying to. That's really the problem, because what is it? Is it Trump? Is it the government? Is it the
authoritarianism?
system? Is it
Is
what?
all of it?
Where
Is
does
white
the problem
supremacy?
begin? Because I
this
get
is-
that Trump is a problem. I get the government is a
It's
problem,
not.
but
It's
where are
not
we
about
going to
Trump.
find the root?
So this is the problem now, right? Go ahead, E.
I say it's a conglomeration of things. When we say, yeah, it doesn't take Jubilee to see it, because people actually, unfortunately, do get to see it in their daily lives, like all the time. I think Jubilee is toxic.
I have something else to say about that. I'm glad you brought that back up, because
Yeah,
don't let me forget that. Go ahead.
I won't. But to answer that part, I think Jubilee is toxic. It's not a real debate format. It's just people being performative and showing the extreme sides of society in a sense. And you're right; these people do live amongst us. They're the people that we walk by in the grocery store, the people that we sit next to in restaurants. Even we're in class with them, we work with them. All right, and they are in a sense exposing themselves. Like the guy who went up there and said that, yeah, I am a fascist. Like that guy, he got fired. He got fired.
Yeah.
But then he was able to raise a few $100,000 because he was fired, because people sympathized with him, because the United States is it's a racist country. All right, it's like the problem isn't that it isn't just one thing. It's multifaceted. All right, it's white supremacy being at the head. It's capitalism. All right, it's definitely racism. It's classism. Trump is a part of that, but he is not the totality of it all. So it's a lot, and I do agree with Santana that we may not make it to 250 years, but if we do pass July 4th of 2026, then by all means, everyone who can needs to exercise their right. Because if you do not like what is going on, the one thing that you will still have the ability to do is go out and vote. So if you still have that ability, go out and do it. Also, lean on community, because that's going to be one of the best ways to conquer this. And Santana said it earlier, if you do have the ability to do so, get the hell out of here. Like if you do, but if you don't, then leaning on community is going to be extremely important. Mutual aid is going to be so important. Knowing your rights, having access to resources. Like Santana has a really great Discord. I have a Discord. And Hector has a Discord where people share resources with each other on how to help. And it's not always monetarily, but things that you can actually look into to help you to, know who you are, know your rights, and so on and so forth. And Santana, I know you wanted to say something. I don't want you to forget, but you wanted to say something about Jubilee. Oh, you're eating? You're eating on camera again? What's up, Minnie?
So okay, so to go back to Jubilee.
Two things really quick. One, it runs deeper than Donald Trump. The reason why I pointed out the whole thing about Project 2025 earlier, with them actually firing people.
Yep.
And then when the government opens back up, they're going to have to hire new people, and they already have people ready. It's because they understand that this governmental structure isn't about the president. Most people don't understand that. For some reason, people think that the president is the end all be all. but the worker bees on the lower levels is what allows the president to get the things off that they're trying to do, whether that's local officials, people working like in polling offices, state level judges, not federal judges, like all of these types of things allow like the top to be the top. So there's that. Also, Jubilee, like I think it's important. I think Jubilee is important for the things that you guys just said. I am someone that believes in shame. I believe in shaming people. I believe in ostracizing people when need be. I believe in putting them out on Front Street and saying like, this person is so unhinged. This person is so far to the extreme. Like this needs to be an example. So I think that it shines a light on those types of people. Now the tough part about America is that we've gotten to the point where we celebrate those people now instead of ostracizing them. So that's a tough part. But I think that not knowing, you guys have talked about, oh, they're the people at the grocery stores, the people that you eat lunch next to. Yeah, I want to know those people. Like I'm from the South. And the one thing that I appreciate about races in the South, in which that's a wild statement, but the one thing that I appreciate about races in the South is that they're openly racist. You know who the
my
racists
boyfriend
are.
say the same thing.
Yeah, but then I live in the Pacific Northwest now, and you have the quiet racists, the silent racists, that the ones that don't say it. They use microaggressions. They're
Yeah.
passive aggressive, and you never know necessarily what's happening until it's too late. So
Yep, and they'll
like, I
gaslight
believe
the
I'm
hell
putting
out
them
of
front.
you.
Exactly.
So to stay on Jubilee for the first point, so I don't look at Jubilee as like a real debate platform. I don't really look at it as it's not something that I look at and I take it seriously, I guess is an easy way to put it. I look at it and I'm like, okay, for example, if somebody says, I'm a fascist on Twitter or X or whatever, that's not going to get, a lot of people are saying whatever, right? And that's not going to get reposted, clipped and put over everywhere. A face isn't going to get put to the tweet and then a group of people aren't going to get behind it. And then you can obviously see who these people are. That's not really what's going to happen. I think what Jubilee provides is a face to these people and groups of people that think these things. I don't even look at it for shame. I don't even look at it. I look at it and I'm like, okay, these people do exist. And I'm not saying again that I don't think or that people don't know that these people exist. I think that it's important to put a face to these groups and put a face to these things that are being said, because they can be said here and there and here and there. But when you're coming to one place where everybody, is coming to one place to look at this one thing and everybody's collectively seeing it, it's not like just being on the internet and seeing this and there, or crossing paths with somebody and seeing something. It's everybody talking about the situation at one time and having a clear example of it to go back to. So I think that's the importance of Jubilee.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it serves a function. I think people disagree on the function. I think people have strong feelings about it one way or the other. At the end of the day, I've never watched an entire episode of Jubilee, so like I don't really know. I've seen clips and snippets and
it's like
and all
rage
this.
bait. I don't know how.
Yeah, I
people
mean,
do
I have friends that have been on Jubilee multiple times. I like people that I talk to on an everyday basis. I know like certain stuff about Jubilee, including like the way that they cast people. I know people who actually work with like the casting director and all this other stuff. So like I know more about that than anything. And the one thing that I'll say is like, whatever. Anyway, thank you for coming up. I really appreciate you coming up and sharing your thoughts and your questions.
No problem. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
Guys, W's in the chat for Kylie. Holy shit. Massive W's in the chat for Kylie, who sent a $50 donation saying for a tip. You are absolutely way too awesome. Thank you so much for that. Also, W's in the chat for the Senseless Gamer said, please read Fahrenheit 451, the book, not the movie. Okay, I'll do it. I'll pick up the book. W's in the chat for both of them, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated over on the tube. You can send a super chat. And Erica is still here. hanging out. Make sure we show Erica some love. We'll talk to maybe 1 or 2 more people, and then we gotta hit the skedaddle, and Erica will play the sound effects for you.
Boom.
If this person loads.
I'll even do a Trump impression.
No, you won't.
Skedaddle. That was really bad. That was bad. That was bad. I'm not even gonna kid.
Oh. at
Hello?
the Last moment. Oh, hey,
I'm so
Stephanie, how are
sorry.
you?
I'm good. How are you, Santana?
Wonderful, wonderful. What would you like to talk about?
So, did you say you were in South Carolina? Did I mishear that?
I'm from South Carolina. I live in the Pacific Northwest now.
Oh, got you. So, I was just wondering if you heard about the Diane Goodstein, the liberal judge who got her house blown up in South Carolina last weekend. What are your thoughts about that?
My online thoughts or my offline thoughts?
I'd be interested in your offline thoughts, I think.
There's a false flag. They tried to take that lady out.
Wait, so you get to do conspiracy theories?
She asked.
Wow, that's
Well, I mean,
It's
it's.
a
I
one-time
feel like
only.
it was kind of made to be an as conspiracy theory. Did you?
It was one time only. I think they were trying to take the lady out.
I do.
How do you feel about the reason, though?
I think that the United States government has been toppling other governments, assassinating their citizens, and oppressing people for the entire history of the country. And so that does not surprise me.
So I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory or if it has any fact to it, but apparently a month ago, before her house got blown up, she had appealed a protection order against the U.S. government because they were trying to get our voter information.
access. Yeah.
Yes.
She stopped them, and they literally were fighting her, trying to get it overturned, and they couldn't. There's a lot
And
to
3
it, and
days
I'm not going to go
after-
too deep down the rabbit hole, but again, that wasn't an accident.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was just wondering what your thoughts on that was, and because I've been trying to get people to talk about it, and no one really wants to.
Yeah, I mean, I get why. Like, it's, well, again, I wouldn't, and that's why Erica was shocked that I even like said that part, but so
People's out here getting sued, like for real. Anybody got time for that?
Oh, really?
allegedly.
Yeah.
I know that's not the right place, but I still said the word, so.
You did.
Allegedly.
You said it like
Allegedly.
they allegedly tried to take that lady out. Allegedly.
I just said they. I didn't say who they are. So.
Oh, I mean, I agree. I mean, I feel like it's painted right in front of you. I mean, I don't know how else it could be an accident. I mean, people's houses don't just be blowing up.
Allegedly.
I mean, her house did blow up.
No, you said
No,
people
she said they
houses.
allegedly don't just be blowing up.
Oh, got you. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm going to sleep.
All right,
I
I appreciate.
I reached
you,
my moment.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I was just wondering what your thoughts on that was, but no problem.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You have a good one.
You as well.
All right, Erica, you can get out of here then.
Oh! 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 Fuck you!